going up. We going crazy, going bonkers. Produced by Ziggy, Zay Ticky. Believe that.
It ain't peaches, it'll deceive you, boy, believe me. What you know about a jungle made with nothing but semen. No creepy crawlers, just heathens that prey on your weakness. Smell the slightest hint of fear, and the stainless you'll eat it. Gang bangers that greet the test on their face like Weezy. Pulling up by the ounce, walking around looking sleepy. I'm from a town, no integrity, a broken city, disrupted. I know niggas were real hook now, turning to suckers. When it comes to murder, it's nothing. Rallos get pulled over scuffles. Bumpy road around this motherfucker, your life means nothing. It ain't peaches. Niggas walking around with no feelings, with a chip on their shoulder, saying the world don't feel it. Trying to earn them some millions so they can split with they niggas. I know cats that died broke because they lost all ambition. When it comes out to get
Welcome back to another edition of More to Live For. Got another exclusive interview, another good segment, highlighting people's backgrounds in different cities, different cultures, and how they grew up. Tonight, I got a special one for you. Got my little bro with me back again. We all know that he's heavy in basketball, but, I kind of want to, give everybody, all my subscribers, all my viewers, just a insight into the city life and, how it is growing up in the New Haven, West Haven area. So I'll let my brother introduce himself and tell you a little bit about his journey. What's good with you, bro?
I'm doing all right. I'm Nisaiah or Nod Moore. 20 now. Live in Connecticut. Like you said, the West Haven, New Haven area, New Haven County. So yeah.
All right, cool, man. Like I said, bro, I want you to, to share, your experiences, your journey, because a lot of people, not only down south, but a lot of people, all around the world might not know exactly, how the New Haven, West Haven area is, and like, all the northeastern area, like it's the same. I mean, it's alike, but it's not the same. So that's how I just want to kind of, talk about the differences. So for starters, like, how was it? How was it for you? As a teenager, once your teenage years came, trying to, kind of avoid some of the, some of the dangers and some of the, the trouble that's in, any inner city really, but particularly New Haven.
Oh well, when I was like elementary or like junior high school, I mean I went to New Haven schools. Like I didn't really go to any West Haven schools until I got in like high school. I went to West Haven High for 3 out of my 4 years. But I really consider it too because my last year I really wasn't there for the whole time. So yeah, I kind of just grew up in New Haven schools, different New Haven schools in different New Haven areas and stuff like that. Um, so I mean I kind of I won't say I was used to kind of dealing with the kind of stuff that would happen in New Haven, but it wasn't like surprising. You dig? Like if I was coming from a different area that was better and was like starting to see some of the stuff that was going on, I would probably think it was horrendous. But when you just like in it, it ain't really nothing like crazy. Like going to school and there was mad times where stuff was happening out right outside the school. We would have to go on lockdown like a bunch of times, but it wasn't like nothing crazy. And then once I got like older, transferred out of New Haven and went to my freshman year. I was at Creed, which was in North Haven, but it was a New Haven school. They didn't have a school built for it, so they put the campus in North Haven. it was full of New Haven kids, and like I was a freshman, so the whole sophomore class, majority of them is like either in jail or deceased. Like majority of the people who I was playing ball with, what I'm saying, there's mad people I was playing basketball with that went to that school that not doing much right now. So luckily when I went to Let's Say High, I got out of that, but it got to the point where majority of the people that went to Hill House Cross career, they was coming to West Haven High. So it's like now West Haven High, like it's no different. Before West Haven used to be the nice area. Now it's not really much of a difference. It's not horrible. It's not as bad as New Haven, but it's not like as good as it was before. If you get what I'm saying. Now that everybody's starting to migrate to West Haven. So, same for Hammond. Hammond used to be really a nice area to live at. Not so much anymore, because everybody's leaving New Haven and coming to these other areas since they're right there. So, yeah, I mean, once I got, I didn't really start getting into like stuff that was like in the street until I graduated high school. I came home from college and I didn't want to get vaccinated, so I didn't go back on campus and stuff like that. So then, I went a little while without it. I went unemployed for a little while, so I just had time on my hands and stuff like that. So then I started dabbling and started hanging out and stuff like that in New Haven, getting into small stuff, nothing crazy. I've never been arrested or nothing like that, but I was just out there, outside, getting into stuff. And yeah, I just kind of left that alone. You know what I'm saying? Like it just wasn't really felt like I had too much good things going for myself to be getting into stupid stuff, and so I kind of left that alone. One of the people I was cool with who was doing it, he got into some serious trouble, and things happened to him. So I just once he was out the picture, that was kind of my chance to just leaving that alone. So I got back into what's important. I got employed. I started minding my own business, not being outside as often, and just getting back to what was important for me.
Definitely. So something that you said, man, that I definitely can relate to, like with kind of how things are around here, like the fact that you kind of hinted on, like I'm assuming like when the high schools changed, like when the districts got changed, like that started blending different neighborhoods into different schools. Kind of the same thing happened here with certain high schools. So I want to highlight that and kind of point out the fact that like that helps play a difference and children, young teens, meeting each other and mingling with each other, and then when you add sports to the mix, just they just make it a little better, as far as like meeting new people and things like that. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but a lot of people realize that creates problems, especially with sports, because you could be. I mean, I didn't play any high school basketball. I skipped high school basketball and played AAU and then went to college and played. The main reason why I stopped trying to really play high school is because once my junior year came, I'm not gonna say any names nothing like that, but we had got a new head coach and he came from New Haven school that was winning a lot of championships, and he brought kids from that area with him, and it's like they didn't live here, they ain't, you know what I'm saying, or nothing like that. So you got people like me who I wasn't like from West Haven. I was in West Haven schools from kindergarten up, so I wasn't, to them I was kind of like an outsider. Even though I lived here, I didn't like grow up with them. I grew up with New Haven kids, so it was like I was kind of like an outsider too to them. But to me, I felt like I've been in West Haven high school for a year. If anything, if anybody should have a chance at getting a chance at starting anything like that, I felt like it should be me. But he came in with the guys who brought him from New Haven, and it kind of just took the whole situation over. So that kind of rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and that started things. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like you're right, mixing the neighborhoods and stuff like that, like a lot of that could be a good thing, that could be a horrible thing too, because
yeah,
people
it can
and start talking about the stupidest thing ever. So that whole neighborhood that starts serious problems.
Yeah, it definitely can, man, and that definitely goes to being that you I think we could classify New Haven inner city. Definitely, but any town, city in particular, you know, problems can occur from blended neighborhoods, different people being exposed to different people. But
Yeah.
I was just kind of focusing on the positives that can come from it, and most of the time, well, you know, the majority of the time, the positives that come from that, usually involve sports.
Yeah.
So I heard you just mention something that I knew that my viewers might not have knew about you, your your AAU years. I kind of want you to talk about that a little bit. I went to a few of your games, just kind of relive that experience, and you can share that with my viewers.
Yeah, I started playing. Yeah, I started playing like around seventh grade, but even then, that wasn't even in West Haven. I was in that was, you know what I'm saying, I was in the New Haven area. So it's like I really
Right.
didn't get a chance to really like come up or grow up and play with these kids who I ended up going to high school with for the majority of my high school time. And but now I got better during AAU. I mean, I started off not really as good. I got better by the years that went by and stuff like that. I started working with a guy named Darren Mays, who used to be in the NBA. He kind of like prepped me and got my confidence better, so I started playing better and stuff like that. And then my junior year of high school, I played with this team called Hoop Haven that was all the way in Norwalk. I was out of the way, and I did that. I was going to camps. Speaking to college coaches, I would go to the camps and play well in front of them. They would take my information down, and we would just be speaking. And eventually, I had like maybe I think like 4 schools that I was really thinking about going to. I was talking to all these coaches, but I chose ENC because that was like the first one I ever went to, and I was just stuck on ENC. Yeah, it was the first one I went to. It was small, and I had like a spot on the team, like it was guaranteed. Like I knew I was going to play. Some other schools, I was gonna be on the roster, but it wasn't a guarantee that I was gonna, you're gonna go where you're guaranteed. You got some guarantees at, not where it's up in the air and it's a question mark. You're gonna go where stuff is guaranteed. So that's why I went to ENC, and that was a whole nother experience. But back to AAU, yeah, I feel like AAU is a lot more important. I mean, high school basketball was just good and all. I'm not gonna take anything away from it. Like when I was in high school, my dream was playing for the city and all that. But as far as trying to get recruited, it's not the end all be all. Because the majority of times, college coaches they don't even come to the high school games no more. It's not like how it was back in the day. Majority of them are at the AU tournaments and at the AU circuits. That's where all the offers come from, and I understood that while I was in high school. And it's funny because I mean, not to put anybody down and like that, but everybody who was on that team that was a senior, none of them went to college and played basketball. I didn't even play on the team, and I was the only one who graduated that year that went on and had to go on the team for the next level. None of them had any offers, anything like that. So that goes to show you that you really don't have to play high school basketball to make it to the next level at all. A lot of people have that twisted.
All right, cool, man. I definitely appreciate you for sharing that, man. And like I said, man, I enjoyed the few games that I was able to attend. And I can definitely vouch for the talent and the fact that you came down here and you were able, to play with some of the guys down here, man. I definitely think that was cool. And
Yeah,
one particular thing that stands out, man, through that whole experience, man, when you came down here, I'm pretty sure you remember, somehow that week, that first game, I managed to break my ankle, and
yeah,
ended up in a with a cast on crutches and the whole nine, man. So yeah, that's definitely the memory that I always have about being able to play with you once reach that elite level. Another thing that I want to take the time out to acknowledge, um, the fact that you laid down, you laid out, X, Y, and Z, um, as far as the obstacles that was, that could have been in the way, and you were still, able to graduate. So I kind of want to take the time out, to not only, congratulate you for still, being able to accomplish that, with everything, with the challenges that, lay out, in the inner city life. So I kind of want to take the time to talk about that and how was that experience, especially, you class of 2020. So you and, a lot of other, teenagers across the world, share the experience of, graduating, doing coke.
Well, to be honest, luckily at the school I was at, it was a high, a lot of people was graduating. Not to knock any other school, nothing like that. So I kind of felt like it was something that was just something I had to do. It wasn't like an option to me not graduating or nothing like that. Like I know a lot of people my age that went to high school, that other high schools too. Like we
Right.
went, a different high school at the same time or whatever, and they didn't graduate. But I'm just saying at the high school I was at, that's what everybody was doing. Like if you wasn't graduating, like that was, I wasn't about to not graduate. So I mean, it just felt like something normal, like just something I had to do. It wasn't even like no question for me not graduating. Like even if it wasn't gonna be on time, it was something I knew I had to do. Like eventually I had to finish. The same way it's kind of how I feel now. Like I don't know. I don't know. You start growing up. You grow with certain people and stuff like that, and you start like seeing the direction that they're going down and stuff like that. And not to like be negative or nothing like that, but you just sometimes you just don't want to be going the same direction that they're going. So I saw
Yeah.
that with the, when it came to graduating, I saw that some people who I knew weren't going to graduate, and I didn't want to be one of them. Same way now, I feel like some people are just like it seems like they was like they're gonna be stuck here all their life, and I don't want to be one of them either. So same scenarios. I had to
Right.
figure out a way to not do what they was doing, and I'm gonna have to do it now to get myself out of this situation I'm in. Not to say I'm in a bad situation. It's just you know what I'm saying. I want
Yeah, I
something.
know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I want something better.
I
So
know exactly what you're saying, man. But like I was saying, bro, as a big brother, man, like I definitely think, that's a major accomplishment, man. And that's something that, we haven't really, sat down and really talked about. The fact that you did graduate and, you know, doing it like with everything going on, like with COVID and all of that. So like that's something that that you always, have to reflect back on, and not having the, the typical normal ceremony. So I definitely think, you know, um, that was unfortunate, because I was looking forward to attending your graduation. So, but I got good pictures from it, so I'm not really gonna dwell on that. So I just want to, like I said, take the time to congratulate you on that. And you definitely spoke on things that that I can definitely tell that that you're at a certain age now. Those entering your 20s, and you mentioned that even back then, your younger, your later teenage years, you are actually seeing the change and people seeing the the growth and the lack of growth in others. And yeah, they just further let me know that you definitely headed in the right direction, and you definitely had a good upbringing. So shout out to your parents, and I definitely wanted to take the time to to shout out our dad. And I want to say that I definitely think having a strong positive male role model in your life, as well as stepdad, I definitely think that helped mold out the man that you becoming today. So I want to take time
yeah,
to talk
definitely.
about that.
Yeah, definitely. Would you want me to talk on that?
So I couldn't.
Or would you want me to like speak on that?
Yeah, yeah. Briefly, if you don't.
Yeah. I mean, that's another reason why I kind of felt like it wasn't no graduating because it's like if I don't graduate, what else is there to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you already got. I mean, I don't know how it is in other people's household, but um, I don't know. I don't want to say it was pressure, but there was pressure. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got three parents on you and stuff like that. Like, it wasn't no not it wasn't no not graduating. Like,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it wasn't going to happen. You're not graduating. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like even now, like even now, there's pressure on for me to make something happen. Like time is ticking. I have to make something happen.
Right.
So if you having two role models and stuff like that, you could kind of see their life and see the situation that they're in. You could use that as an example. Like, all right, do I want this situation or do I want something better? And that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Not to
Right.
say the situation is bad, but I'm got something to look at, something to kind of follow through. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. I like the way you put that. So,
Mhm.
we kind of almost skipped over this topic. And it's definitely something that I want to, just take time to talk about briefly. How was it, entering a new college, a new school, and being able to, to play basketball there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, that's the gym. Yeah, they remodeled the gym now, but yeah, that's that. It was looking like that my freshman year.
Okay.
To be honest, I mean, it was definitely iffy at first, because I didn't know none of them clearly.
Right.
And of them, and I remember the first workout we did because we couldn't enter. It was COVID during the time still, like it was still protocols, excuse me, protocols and stuff like that. So we couldn't use the gym until October. I got up there at the end of August, so we was playing outside the whole team. We going in
Right.
a which is a popular court in that area. We playing random people, our five against whatever five they can come up with. Just bonding and stuff like that, understanding each other's game. And so, I mean, I feel like it was better for me because I'm outside. I started playing basketball outside. Like
Right.
I didn't start really working outside till I was in eighth grade. I started playing basketball. I was outside of my house where I live at, dribbling the ball, doing drills. So I feel like being that we started playing outside first, I felt more comfortable already. Like we didn't have a coach watching us or nothing like that. I was just outside playing my game with my teammates, and I just got comfortable with them. So by the time we went inside and started practicing, there was nothing. I was just playing with them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes coaches would come and watch our run, so they had already seen what I could do. I mean, they knew what I could do already, obviously, that they recruited me there. But I'm just saying they saw what I could do against other college guys, and it was easy. And then I had a roommate who was my teammate. He had a car, so he was going to different courts playing other guys that he grew up with who played ball. He was playing everybody, working out. We would go shoot for hours outside. Then once the gym opened up, he was on the shoot machine every day. So I got like a whole lot better. I feel like that was probably where I got. I mean, I knew I was good, but that's when I knew I was like getting like really good. So I was playing every day, practicing every day, and I feel like if you go off into now, that's why like I could. I'm not trying to say I can beat anybody, nothing like that, but I feel like I could play anybody, and I feel like I could hold my own. Just off of the work I know I could put in. Like even now, I could go a week without playing basketball. If I see one shot going, I could hit. I could get on the streak. It's just off of the repetition that I put in. You
Right.
know,
Definitely. So let me ask you this: how was the adjustment? Going from playing with people, your age to playing with older people and bigger and stronger people.
see that's a good thing. Being that I never played high school, I never really played anybody my age. Like AAU, I was junior year, so senior year, there was no AAU because I already had offers. So I was working out with the guy who was playing the league, so he would always have college guys from Yale at the Boys and Girls Club.
Right.
So I was already playing with them before I even left. So that kind of prepped me. Luckily, he had the connections to do that, inviting me to their open runs and stuff because I was already playing with guys who was Division 1 before I even graduated high school. So once I did graduate, that whole summer I was there. I was working at the supermarket near my crib, and then I was going there, and that was all I was doing, playing with them or playing with other guys who was, all staters, all area guys in Connecticut, high rank guys. Because everybody's training through him because he made it to the NBA, so he know what he's talking about. Everybody want to train through him. So I was already playing with guys who were like, you know, who were at the level I was getting ready to go to. So once I got there, I was already used to playing guys who had size, guys who were just as fast as me. That was Because I mean, I got there and I was only like 147. That's the weight I am now. I'm like 147, 148. So I had to put on weight. I think I got up to like 165 when I was up there.
Right.
So, you know, when I got there, I was kind of scrawny. I had to really, you know, use my dribble. I had to shoot. I couldn't really go to the basket like that because I mean these guys were huge. So when I went to the basket, I was usually passing that, you know, out to
Right.
somebody else because I wasn't, you know, I just didn't have it. I wasn't big enough to be trying to. But I mean, that's why I started working on my jump shot to be able to adjust. Because you have to be able, you have to be an offensive threat to be on the floor. Period.
Yeah.
A lot of guys say you got to play. I mean, you got to play defense, but if you can't put the ball in the basket, you're not playing. Period. At all. So I had to make sure, you know, I had some ways of scoring. That's where I became a good jump shooter because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to be taller than these guys. I was the shortest guy on the team, so it was like, you know,
Definitely, man. I know it was, I just know it was adjustment, going from playing, people your age and your size, and now that playing with, young adults, so I definitely want to chime in on that. Then the fact that, the coach that you was linked up with, had y'all playing with other, colleges, being able to have pickup games. I definitely think that's cool. So
yeah,
what I want to end with here is since we're speaking on basketball and everything that that you got accomplished so far, I just want to say, as a big brother, I'm definitely proud of everything that you accomplished. So I just want you to, just never to give up on it, man. Like it's so many different routes to the NBA, G League, whatever it is overseas. So it's just so many different routes, and everybody's journey is different. So, just don't give up. And and another thing, like with the fact that you went through all of this, during COVID, playing basketball when things were at, at the worst when it comes to COVID. So now that things are, you know, we're not necessarily, done with it, but it's a lot better than what it was. So I think, it's possible for you, to end up, playing college ball and taking it to the next level that way, or whatever route that you choose. I definitely think the world is in a better place for it. For you to make that happen. So, like I said, man, as a big brother, man, hey, love you. I'm proud of you, man, and I definitely want you to keep pushing, man, and make it happen, man.
all right, definitely, man. Love you too, man.
For sure, man. So, hey, man, I thank you for this good interview, man. It's been a dope interview.
All right,
Um,
good job.
Definitely shout out the whole New Haven, West Haven area, man. Shout out to our last name ring bells in that area, man. So I'm gonna end with why settle for less when our last name's more, and we're gonna rock it just like that. This has been another edition of More to Live For, growing up, New Haven, West Haven area. Peace and blessings to all. We out here.